Across every major ancient tradition, there is a description of a coming transformation so profound that it marks the end of one kind of human existence and the beginning of another. The Hindu Vedas describe it as the transition from the Kali Yuga, the age of darkness, to the Satya Yuga, the age of truth. The Maya long count calendar ended its 5,125-year cycle in December 2012, not as a prediction of destruction, but as the marking of a precessional zero point, a cosmic reset. The Hopi call it the arrival of the fifth world, the Christian book of Revelation, the Buddhist prophecy of Maitreya, the Islamic concept of the Day of Gathering, the Zoroastrian Frashokharidi, the cosmic renovation. Every tradition, in its own language, describes the same structural event, a shift in the fundamental condition of consciousness on Earth. What is notable is not that these traditions exist. It is that they are so precisely aligned in their structural description while being developed independently across millennia on separate continents. They are all describing what a physicist would call a phase transition, not a gradual change, a discontinuous shift from one stable state to a qualitatively different stable state. Water doesn't gradually become steam. It reaches a threshold and transforms entirely. The same material reorganized at the molecular level into an entirely different mode of existence. The event, as it is described in contemporary consciousness research, is a planetary phase transition. The threshold, the moment of transformation, the question every tradition agrees on is not if. It is when and what determines who is ready. The next episode is already in my profile. Subscribe so you don't miss it. The science of planetary phase transitions is not metaphorical. It is grounded in real geophysical data and real biological mechanisms. The Schumann resonance, the electromagnetic frequency of Earth's atmospheric cavity, has been documented to be rising. First measured by physicist Winfried Otto Schumann in 1954 at approximately 7.83 Hz, current monitoring by multiple independent research stations shows the base frequency rising, with increasingly frequent bursts of high-amplitude resonance in the range of 30 to 40 Hz. The Russian Space Observing System, which maintains continuous Schumann monitoring, published data in 2015 showing a measurable departure from the historical baseline. The human brain entrains to the Schumann resonance. At 7.83 Hz, the brain operates at a boundary between alpha and theta states, associated with relaxed awareness and meditative depth. As the Schumann resonance rises into higher gamma frequencies, the brain states it entrains to correspond to expanded perception, accelerated cognition, and, in extreme cases, the dissociative threshold at which ordinary consensus reality becomes permeable. The galactic cycle provides the context. Every 25,920 years, the Earth completes one full precessional cycle through the zodiac. Ancient traditions mapped this cycle not as an astronomical curiosity but as a consciousness clock, a measure of when Earth passes through different density regions of the galactic environment, with different qualities of solar radiation, cosmic ray flux, and photon density. The transition from the Kali Yuga to the Satya Yuga, as calculated in the Vedic system, corresponds to the precession of the vernal equinox from Pisces into Aquarius. We are in that transition now. The rising Schumann resonance is the measurable physical signature of the galactic environment changing around us. The next episode is already in my profile. Subscribe so you don't miss it. What the ancient traditions describe as the new Earth is not a place. It is a frequency. The fifth dimension of the Hopi, the Satya Yuga of the Vedas, the New Jerusalem of Revelation, these are not locations in physical space. They are states of consciousness at which the physical world is experienced differently. Same atoms, different coherence. Same planet, different reality. Quantum physicist Amit Goswami, drawing on the Copenhagen interpretation and the Vedic framework simultaneously, proposes that consciousness is the ground state of reality, and that matter is consciousness collapsed into specific probability configurations by collective observation. In a high-coherence consciousness state, the collective observation is more ordered, and the physical world that emerges from it is more coherent, more harmonious, more aligned with the underlying mathematical beauty of the universe. This is not a metaphysical fantasy. It is a logical extension of what quantum mechanics already tells us about the role of the observer in collapsing physical reality. The transition does not require a solar flash, a pole shift, or a divine intervention, though ancient traditions describe these as possible vehicles. It requires a threshold shift in the coherence of planetary consciousness. A sufficient percentage of human awareness stabilized in higher frequency states, anchoring a different collective observation, collapsing a different version of physical reality. Every tradition agrees on the individual's role. You do not wait for the shift to happen to you. You become the shift. You stabilize the frequency. You hold the new Earth in your nervous system until enough others do the same. And once you see this, you cannot unsee it. The next episode is already in my profile. Subscribe so you don't miss it.